Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Screen Scene Guru, and tonight we'll be going into, or today, it is daytime, we'll be going into some spooky stories here. Now that it is October 17th, I'll start to be making some spooky content for the channel. But I do want to go into the Ghost Adventures House Calls Season 3. This is the season from 2025. I've just wrapped it up and I've finished it. So I do want to do a video real quick on that. And then I'll go into the new season of Ghost Adventures that just premiered. It's season 30. So really exciting news here, guys. Starting off, we'll go into the House Calls episodes. Starting off with episode 1, Sister Sin City. This came out back in August. Zach joins the team for an urgent call in Las Vegas when a man claims his ex-wife has been possessed by a demon. Even worse, their daughter is caught in the middle of the crossfire. Can the guys break the entity's grip on the family before it's too late? So this is a really interesting episode, guys. In his own hometown of Las Vegas. This is probably why Zach joined the crew for this episode. Usually Zach isn't with Aaron and Jay and Billy, with the other two helping them film the investigations. Usually Zach stays back at the home base for house calls, but this episode he did go with them. We got episode 2, Malevolent in Murfreesboro. Zach's team heads to Murfreesboro, Tennessee, to investigate a dark, hopeless presence that has invaded a woman's childhood home. She hopes to take care of her ailing mother in the house, but only if it can be cleansed of its bad energy. So a very good episode here too. A lot of these episodes focus on, the families dealing with their issues. This is a lot like Zach and Aaron, Billy, the others. They've kind of taken it upon themselves the responsibility of sort of like Ed and Lorraine Warren back in the day of cleansing these houses. But a lot of people give them hate on social media for just stirring stuff up, not really cleansing places. They do offer to bring a priest in to bless places, but it's up to the owners to go through with that process. So going on to episode 3, this came out in September. Fairmont Home Invasion. Zach's team braces for a chaotic spiritual storm when they are called to Ohio to help a couple reclaim their dream home from an aggressive ghost. Could the discovery of children's letters and capture of a childlike form reveal the real spirit? So this one was very interesting as well. This house had a lot of history to it. It was a new construct home, but the property itself used to be a boarding school for people with mental illness or mental incapabilities. So these kids that were usually didn't have families and couldn't hold down jobs and whatnot. There was a school in Ohio that housed them. There was a lot of death in this school because they didn't keep records, of course. And when the guy moved in, he started to find relics of the school children. He found pen pal letters, and they believe there's a ghost still in the house, which is really sad. But also the mom, the wife of the husband who owns the property, she used to have a disabled son, and she believes she can connect to the spirits very well because she believes they were nonverbal spirits. Someone came to the house to do construction work and was bitten. They had teeth marks on them. They were like with a little child, so they believe this little child was maybe trying to communicate with this construction worker by biting him, and that might have been their only way of communication. We don't really know. But very interesting stuff there on episode 3. You guys can check these all out on Discovery Plus or Max, or buy them on Prime. So those are the 3 streaming services you can check them out on. Discovery Plus, hbomax, or Prime Amazon. Episode 4, we've got Spirits of Spiro. Zach sends a team to assist an elderly gentleman claiming to be assaulted by a dark force in his rural Oklahoma home. They are shocked when they uncover the conditions between the man's home and the dissension of ancient burial mound. So yeah, this guy, very interesting fellow. He's a senior citizen. This is the first time they've gone to an older gentleman's house who is still able to live on his own. He does all his stuff, his grocery shopping by himself. But unfortunately, he has a dark spirit entity that was throwing him out of bed. It was getting in fights with him. It broke a rib, cracked a rib. And when they do more investigating in the house, they discover he had a shit ton of artifacts, just like Ed and Lorraine Warren in their home. And he was, from a child, he said, from an early age, he would collect these things and bring them back and live with them. And one of the artifacts he had was a Native American bone that was stuck in amber or stuck in some kind of rock, petrified rock. And they asked the spirits, they used the EVP puck and some of the other devices, and the spirit literally said the bone was part of them and that they wanted to be buried. They wanted to be not disrespected. And as soon as they did that, the activity stopped. So just goes to show what you could have in your home that could be affecting you in real life. So going on from there, episode 4, we got episode 5. That is Insidious in Indiana. So another really cool title. Zach's team lands in the Hangman's Corner neighborhood of Seymour, Indiana, to answer a call from a desperate family. With activity becoming more and more aggressive day by day, the guys race to find the answers before someone is seriously injured. So this family, of course, in Indiana, they live on an old, Native American land, and then it was taken over by settlers, and then the settlers fought over property rights for years. There's a lot of bloody history. They even talk about the street they lived on was Hangman's Cross, so that was or Hangman's Corner. So that's very nice. Episode 5. Episode 6, Plagued in Panama. Zach sends a team to Panama, California to assist a veteran who believes a demonic presence has overtaken his American Legion post. The increasing activity has scared away fellow vets, and he needs help to regain control over the facility. This was a really cool episode because we got to see the historical, memorabilia of the lodge of the commander's office, if you will, at the Legion. They did go into, there was break-ins. Several people made a mockery, or didn't really make a mockery, but they destroyed historical war awards, and they stole weapons and just made a big mess of the place, and that turned up the activity and the spirits. They ended up finding out no bad spirits were there. It was just mainly ghosts of commanders that had built the lodge and were overseeing it. They knew about the current guy that was running things. They knew him by name, and they asked if they were there to harm him, and they said no. So pretty good communications there at that American Legion post. I think it was post 30 or 31. Going on to the last episode, guys, episode 7. So this is a shorter season. Madness in Missouri. Zach sends a team to Jackson, Missouri to help a man who's obsessed with the paranormal and has ended his life and the cost of his job. Can the guys help mend broken relationships between the homeowner and his concerned friends and family? So this was a really cool episode too. This came out on October 1st. So right before the new season started, this guy became obsessed with the paranormal after he was researching into it. The activity increased in his home. He's focused on it. He takes recordings on his phone and through cameras set up around the yard and the house, and he just focuses all day on these videos. So much to where he lost his job, and now his wife is supporting him. The daughter is saying that she thinks that he's crazy, basically. And Zach and the others kind of questioned. He said he was seeing cartoon figures popping out of the walls and the corners, and a lot of people actually speculate that because they are also living on Native American land, it might be spirits. It might be what he conceives as like these drawings, these sketch figures, but they're actually ghosts, unrested souls that are potentially going into his property, his house, messing with him, putting in thoughts that he wouldn't think. So that was a very interesting episode as well. I liked it very much, and that came out on October 1st. But going into this new season of Ghost Adventures. Let me pull that up real quick. Yep. There. So we have, it started in 2008, guys, and it has been going on ever since. Decades worth of content, so I highly recommend you check it out. It's paranormal reality TV, documentary, history, reality TV. Let me see, let me go down to seasons real quick, because they have quite a lot. Like I said, they just started season 30. Mountains of Madness. So, Zach and the crew travel to Casper, Wyoming, which I had never heard of before, but apparently this is a hot spot for UFOs, aliens, ghosts, and witches. So basically everything that Halloween is all about. Go out and check this episode out, guys. It's a 2-part episode, which is fantastic, in my opinion. Some of the best ghost adventures they've been doing in years. But they go to Casper, Wyoming to investigate local reports of UFO sightings, alien abductions, and hauntings near the ominous mountains, and abductions and military bases. Will the massive storm prevent the team from unveiling the mystery? So that's another thing that I thought was very interesting. They had weather up there, and they had Billy Tolley with his investigative skill and all his research tools, and they all got soaked out in the rain, and all of his equipment got wrecked. Which I was like, they didn't have tarps or, I don't know, something out there to protect his equipment. That was kind of funny that in the very beginning of the first episode, all their stuff gets soaked. They have to go in their cars. They have to seek shelter from the storm that happens. So that was very interesting. But going into episode 2, Mountain of Madness Part 2, Zach and the crew push higher atop Casper Mountains into the world of storied witches. Their investigation leads to haunted forest, where an unusual summer solace rituals have happened, opening gateways to other dimensions. So this was another really cool episode about witches and the sacred lands that they keep, all the rituals that they were doing, the solstice rituals, which have been going on forever. I mean, I don't think there's anything really big about that. Everyone knows about solstice rituals, but other dimensions was very interesting that they talked about that, and seeing these, they talked to YouTubers that apparently captured images of what looked like humanoid figures, but wearing like TP clothing and traveling in the forest really fast. So a lot of people are speculating, is that some kind of humanoid, or is it maybe Bigfoot or something else? But yeah, a lot of people were trying to capture it. Even Zach was trying to capture it when they were under a waterfall. They believed something was atop the waterfall watching them. So yeah, really cool episodes here to check out for season 30 of Ghost Adventures. If you like the content, I ask you to like the video, comment down below what your thoughts are. You can follow the channel by subscribing. I'm already up to 83 subscribers. So thank you everyone that has gotten me all the way to this point. But until next time, guys, bye bye and have a good one. I'll catch you in my another video. And be sure to follow the page for more content. Until next time.